Hi, I'm Norm Crosby, and you're watching the Silent Network.
Best steak, great hair, hot boots, best everywhere.
Barbie and the rockers, satisfaction makes you want to dance. No one else really has a chance.
She's it!
Barbie and the rockers, solid gold and selling out each night. Barbie, most popular star inside.
Barbie comes with free rockers cassette. Dolls each sold separately.
Barbie and the rockers.
Festival is being brought to you by Mattel Toys.
Now's the time to join together. Festival, festival. Now's the time to know each other. Festival, festival. Sounds to see and sights to hear. Watching with your eyes and ears. Something for everyone far and near. Festival, festival, festival. F-E-S-T-I-V-A-L. Festival, festival. Come along and sing together. Festival, festival. Though there's fair or cheery weather. Festival, festival. Sounds to see and sight to hear. Watching with your eyes and ears. Something for everyone far and near. Festival, festival, festival. F-E-S-T-I-V-A-L. Festival, festival. F-E-S-T-I-V-A-L. Festival, festival. F-E-S-T-I-V-A-L.
Hello, welcome to Festival. This festival is a series of events connected with deaf culture. We've caught in our camera a bushel of art, history, and lots of fun sprinkled in for good measure, for a half-hour show that you can watch and surely enjoy. Now, don't you go away. We'll be right back.
Dreamglow Barbie. Dreamglow cancels separately. We use special fabrics for TV.
Girls have got a secret glow. Right, Barbie? Dreamglow Barbie. Ruffles and lace to wear any place. And when the lights go low, what a glow. We girls can do anything. Right, Barbie?
They're here. Barbie Dreamglow fashions that glow in the dark. Each sold separately. New from Mattel.
You ever wondered why every year on July 4th we have a lot of fireworks and firecrackers? Well, that's because we're celebrating our birth date, the birth date of America. In 1776, before the country was called the United States, we had 13 different colonies. And the English government controlled and ruled these colonies, but they didn't like the way England was ruling them. And they were so far away. They decided that they would get together and form their own government. And they listed their complaints and gave them to England and decided to break away from them. And they wrote a thing called the Declaration of Independence, which declared their independence from England. And this made them independent. Now, one important quotation in this declaration was that all people were created equal, and that God gave all the people the right to life, to liberty, and the right to happiness. And there were 56 men who together wrote this declaration. But one man, Thomas Jefferson, he really summed it all up and wrote it all down. And if you remember, Jefferson became later on the third president of the United States. Next time that your family celebrates the 4th of July and you look at all the fireworks, then you'll know why we are celebrating. It is America is a free country. And we really love America. And that's what all that fireworks stands for.
Hello. What I'll be doing today is I'll be painting on one side like this. You need colored paper. You can use white paper if you wish, and have different colored paints here, and brushes. Now, what I'm going to be doing is, with the brushes, I'll be painting one side. You can be generous with the paint. Then I'm going to fold it. This. There. Let's try to put some different colors on, okay? Now, fold it again. It's like a butterfly. You might want to add another color. Several dots along. Okay, ready? And beautiful. Like it? Let me show you another one I did. Why don't you try it?
Idioms, signed like this, are groups of words that mean something different than the words by themselves mean. For example, now this doesn't mean to have a bush there with someone running around it and beating up on the bush. No, no. What it means is to avoid giving an answer. Often you'll say to a person, please, stop beating around the bush. Answer my question. Be specific. Come to the point.
Hello and welcome again to Deaf Perspectives. Today's guest is Aida Fernandez. Hello. What's your name sign? Aida, what do they call you? This?
This is it.
That, okay. How old are you now?
7.
You're 7? When you graduate?
We already had a party.
You had a party when? Recently or a long time ago?
Yesterday. Just now.
Yesterday? Well, happy birthday. You feel old now? You're 7, fast. Before you were 6 and 5. Now you're 7. Next year, you'll be how old? Now you're 7. Next year...
8.
8. Now, what grade are you in? What grade?
2nd.
2nd. Are you learning a lot?
Mm.
What are you learning? You're thinking hard? Are you learning math?
Yeah.
Addition, subtraction? Are you learning that? Are you learning
yeah.
writing? Are you learning those?
Yeah.
What are you learning?
A lot of studying.
You're studying, okay. In the future, when you grow up and finish school, what work will you do? What kind of job will you want? She's thinking hard. Okay, why is your tooth missing?
It did it itself. It
It
fell
did
out.
itself? You pulled it out?
No.
It fell out itself?
Yeah.
Will it grow again?
I don't know.
If it doesn't grow, are you going to worry?
See, look down here.
Oh, that grew again. That means the other one will grow again, too. Why do they fall and grow again?
All by itself, it gets loose.
Or it gets loose, and then it falls, and then it grows.
They all fall out.
I see, okay. I want to thank Aida Fernandez for coming here on Deaf Perspectives. Don't go away. We'll be right back with more Festival.
Nice ball. You've never seen a ball like this, see? Wow! Pop goes the pop.
PC and prize each sold separately.
These furry balls are off the wall. The people love to party. Talking friends, the final end. Pop goes the popple, pop goes the popple, pop goes the popple.
When you won Popple Popple, you let the fun out of the bag. Popple characters come in different sizes and colors. PC and prize each sold separately. From Mattel.
One of the greatest deaf leaders was Frederick. Name sign was this. Brilliant, articulate, aggressive, sensitive, one funny man. Schreiber was respected everywhere he worked and lived. Born in New York, he became deaf from spinal meningitis at the age of 6. He enrolled Gallaudet College at age 15, one of the youngest students. From Gallaudet, he developed leadership skills and service-oriented philosophy. He was very active in student organizations. Schreiber worked in many jobs, like factory in Ohio, teaching in Texas, VR training in New York, and in printing. He married in 1944 and had 4 children. He became concerned about the strict rules that forbid sign language in school. He decided to join the National Association for Deaf. He moved his family to Washington, D.C. and started working at a printer there.
In 1964, he was chosen for board of director at NAD. 2 years later, he became chairman of that board. Because of his skillful leadership, he changed NAD from a small organization to a huge, strong support deaf service. He died in 1979, and he is really a famous deaf American.
Sometimes it's difficult to express our innermost thoughts and feelings. You know, it's not enough to sign, spell, or speak something. What's important is to use our faces, our hands, our arms, our whole bodies to express ourselves. Our friend Fred, this is his name sign, has a problem. People call him No-Face Fred. Let's watch as he learns so that his body and face can express things clearly.
Hi. I ran and fell and hurt my leg. It was painful. How's that? Yeah, oh, it did hurt, yeah, but is that enough? Oh, okay. I ran and fell, oh, and hurt my leg. Oh, it was painful. Oh, wow. Oh, boy, does that hurt.
Today's fable is Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time, there was a little girl who loved her grandmother. One day, her grandmother gave her a cloak, and it was red and soft, and the girl wore it all the time. And people began to call her Red Riding Hood. One time, the little girl's mother told her to please take cake and wine and bring it to her grandmother because her grandmother was sick. She said, "You'd best hurry, it's getting dark." "Well, don't go and wander through the forest or daydream." The little girl said, "All right," and put on her red hood. And then she took the basket and walked along quickly. And she ran into a wolf. Now, the girl wasn't afraid of the wolf because she didn't know that wolves were mean. The wolf asked her, "What's in your basket?" And the girl said, "I'm taking cake and wine to my grandmother to help her feel better." And the wolf looked at her and said, "Where does your grandmother live?" And the girl said exactly where it was. And the wolf said, "I see. If I'm clever, I can eat her and her grandmother too." So then he looked at her and he said, as he walked along with her, "Look at how beautiful the birds are. Look at the lovely flowers. You're so serious. You don't appreciate these things. Stop and enjoy them. Look at all the lovely things around you." The girl thought, "You're right. Things are beautiful." And she enjoyed and wandered all through the forest and gathered a bouquet for her grandmother. The wolf ran as fast as he could, right through the forest, and got to the house of her grandmother, opened the door, and the grandmother screamed, and he grabbed her and swallowed her. Then he got into bed and put on her nightgown and her nightcap and pulled up the covers and waited for Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood arrived at her grandmother's house and wondered why the door was open. She got a little bit afraid, and so she came in quietly and looked and said with a quivering voice, "Hello, grandmother. Why are your eyes so big?" "To see you better." And the girl said, "Why are your ears so big?" And she said, "The better to hear you with." And the girl looked at her and said, "Why are your hands so big?" "The better to hold you with." And the girl said, "But your teeth are so sharp and long. Why is that? The better to eat you with, said the wolf, and swallowed her as well. He had a full tummy, and he slept because he was so full and satiated. And he snored and slept deeply. A hunter came through and heard the snoring. And he thought, why was that coming from Grandmother's house? He thought something must be wrong. So he walked in and he saw the wolf laid out on the bed with his tummy so big, pulled out his gun and ready to shoot. He thought, maybe the grandmother's in the sleeping wolf's tummy and maybe she's still alive. So he put aside the gun and he took a knife, a sharp one, and he ripped open the tummy of the wolf, and out popped Little Red Riding Hood. She said it was dark and crowded in there. And then out sprang Grandma, who was still alive but very weak. And the hunter went and gathered heavy stones, and he filled up the wolf's stomach with the heavy stones. And the wolf slept while his stomach was being filled with these stones. And then the woodcutter sewed his stomach back up. And when the wolf woke up, it jumped out and tried to run, but it couldn't run because it was so heavy in the stomach. And it slowly tried to run and died. Oh, everyone was so happy. The grandmother ate her cake and drank her wine. And Little Red Riding Hood learned a big lesson. From then on, she would listen to her mother's warning and obey her, and never again wander aimlessly through the woods.
The toughest lawman in the Western Galaxy. Marshal Bravestar, the only man who could stop a test. Steve, the space outlaw ever. The biggest laser battle in space is about to begin. Get ready. Marshal Bravestar. Get set. The neutral laser and you. Blow open the town and blast off the outlaws with weapons that shoot invisible electronic beams. Bravestar. Coming soon from Mattel. Batteries not included. Toys sold separately.
That ends our show for today. We had so much fun making this show, and we hope you enjoyed watching us. See you soon in our next festival. Bye-bye!
Festival was brought to you by Mattel Toys.